Every August, something big happens in this small community of East Nashville, Tennessee that has residents seeing red. The instigator of this event means no harm. In fact, for 18 years now, this fleshy scarlet ball of pulp is known in these parts as the Great Uniter, bringing people together to celebrate its seasonal germination. I'm talking, of course, about the tomato.
It's the best weekend of the year.
Yeah, it's a Tomato Art Festival.
Tomato Arts Fest!
Welcome to the East Nashville Tomato Art Fest.
Tomato Art Festival involves around 60,000 people every year. They come out to celebrate the tomato. Over hundreds of local artists participate as vendors, participate in the art show, and it's a community-driven event, a family-friendly event, all centered around the age-old question of whether the tomato is a fruit or a vegetable.
My husband and I had an art gallery in that building that is right across the street, and we just decided, we should do a tomato art show because tomatoes love the summer and I hate the summer, and tomatoes are the only thing that get me through the summer. It was such a hit, like 1,000 people came, and so every year it's just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. My husband made up a motto for it during the art show, and it's the tomato, a uniter, not a divider, bringing together fruits and vegetables.
A uniter it may be, it still doesn't answer that age-old question. Is the tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Tomatoes form from a flower and contain seeds, so botanically they are defined as a fruit, but most of us use them in recipes as a vegetable. In the 1893 case Nix versus Hedden, the U.S. Supreme Court determined that a tomato was a vegetable based on its use in cooking.
I have had people come to my house to buy plants that call them tomato. They tend to be from England or elsewhere in Europe, so it just adds a little bit more mystique and mystery and fun to this whole thing. I still put basil on my tomatoes myself.
Craig LaHoulier is all things tomato-y. A popular lecturer across the country, he is responsible for naming many tomato varieties, including the Cherokee Purple. He is also the author of the book Epic Tomatoes.
I had this love of gardening, and I hooked on to tomatoes because of the diversity and the stories associated with them, and the fact that there are 10,000 different types and you can collect them and save seeds from them.
Tomato, the proper pronunciation is not the only controversy surrounding this love apple, a name given by the French due to their belief that the exotic tomato had aphrodisiacal powers. The tomato's history is clearly stuffed with controversy.
One of the reasons I believe that there was so little diversity in tomatoes themselves when they first showed up in seed catalogs in the country, mid-1800s, was that thought that they were poisonous. And it could be that when people ate the greens, they didn't feel so good, or maybe the acid of tomatoes reacted with the pewter on the plates and made them sick.
And as far as that age-old question, is it a fruit or a vegetable?
They certainly are a fruit, just in the formation of the seeds and where they sit. But botanically, for the most part, it is treated as a vegetable.
Well, that clears things up.
There is nothing like history and traditions and having festivals of all types. What they do in Tennessee that I've never been able to make my way to, but I hope to someday.
Any way you slice it, fruit or vegetable, the tomato is something to celebrate.
And it's just all about community. It's all about getting to know each other. The whole neighborhood just thrives because of it.
It's fun to say it's the
Tomato
Tomato
Fest.